everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope everything's going your way today. Today, I'm coming to you with a first impression video. Yes, today I'm coming to you with a first impression, swatches and demo of the 420 palette by Mel Cosmetics. Yes, the Mel Cosmetics 420 palette. So, if you want to see how the palette performs and get my take on this here palette, then just keep on watching. Everybody, let's get started. Man. Okay, guys, so your girl Lily's coming right back at you with yet another first impression video. And I'm sure, as you can tell by the intro and the thumbnail, the palette that I'll be doing a first impression for today is the Mel Cosmetics 420 palette. And to tell you the truth, guys, I instantly knew from the first moment that I saw the swatches of this palette on social media that because I had the Gemini, the Rust, the Vita, and the Smoke Sessions, I totally absolutely did not need this palette. But because I suffer from FOMO and am something like a completionist, your girl just had to get it. Now, even though I did take the palette out of the box that Mel shipped it in, I left the palette in the unicorn because, I want you guys to see my real-time first impression reaction when I first look at the palette. And I was quite pleased during my last first impression video, so let's just hope the palette gods are with me today. So first, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging is really cute out the gate, guys, even starting with the unicorn. The unicorn has 420 Mel Cosmetics in this reflective green lettering. And the lettering is embedded in what appears to be sun rays. On the back of the unicorn, you'll find the name of the palette, directions on how to use the palette, the ingredients, and the shades in the palette, where the palette was distributed. You'll also find Mel Cosmetics handle, indication letting you know the palette has a 12-month shelf life, and that it is also recyclable. And you'll also find the net weight of the palette. And the total net weight of the palette is 16.56 grams / 0.58 ounces. And guys, can we just real quickly give it up for the packaging of the palette itself? Because as the palette moves, so do the designs on the palette. And that actually goes for the front of the palette as well as the back of the palette. And if I had to describe the material of the palette, it's the same material as a vinyl record. Okay, guys, now that we got the housekeeping out the way, let's open her up, shall we? Okay, guys. It's cute. Yeah. I mean. I probably have every single shade in this palette about 45 times over, but yeah. It's cute nonetheless. The palette has a full-length mirror, just like all Mel Cosmetics other palettes do. And when you open her up, guys, here are the colors. Would you look at them? Would you look at them? Would you look at them? The palette has 10 shades, 1 shimmer, and the rest are all matte. And when looking at the color story of this palette, guys, I think of shades from the Gemini, the Smoke Sessions, the Rust, and the Vita, just reinvented. And while I feel that the shades in this palette are indeed reinvented, let's just hope that they're not repurposed. And I don't exactly know what type of look I'm going for today, but one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I'm most definitely going to be playing with these greens And I'm absolutely going to be playing with that yellow. But first things first, guys. I'm going to base my eyes with my P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 0.5. So please enjoy the swatches while I do so. Okay, guys, let's party. Okay, guys, first going in with this shade Chronic here. I'm going to work that directly in my crease. I'm going to work it in my inner and outer V because I feel like I'm going to be doing a halo eye today. And you already know, guys, I'm using my Sephora all over eyeshadow brush to get that done. Okay, guys, so far, it seems like this shade is more so buildable. And the shade is also quite powdery. But I don't much mind it, guys. Because as long as I'm satisfied with the final outcome, yeah, I'm totally okay with it. Yes, guys, I can already tell you now. This shade is powdery. And it also seems to be quite a dry formula. But it's pigmented though. It actually feels like one of those type of mattes that blend away if you try to blend them out. But then again, guys, I could be totally wrong. But we'll see, guys. We will see. Okay, guys, now going in with this shade Faded here. This olivey shade. I'm going to go ahead and blend that directly over Chronic. And I'll be using the BH Cosmetics number 6 brush from the Poolside Chic brush set to get that done. And I'm actually applying this shade over Chronic in patent motions. This shade is translating on my lid exactly how it does in the pan. That's definitely an olive green shade. Guys, this shade is pigmented as all get out. But then again, guys, I'd rather a shade be too pigmented than not pigmented enough. And I'm also blending in patent motions to reduce the chance of patchiness. Okay, guys. Not bad. Not bad so far. Okay, guys, now going in with this shade Wax. This pretty yellow shade. I'm going to blend that directly over Faded. And I'm just using the small, fluffy, flat brush from one of the Morphe holiday sets to get that done. Oh, guys. This shade is super powdery. But this shade is bright and pigmented as all get out, so I'm totally okay with it. And a lot of the reviews that I had seen out here on the tube was saying that this yellow didn't translate on the lid like it does in the pan, but I beg to differ. Because I feel, at least on my lids, it's totally translating on my lid like it does in the pan. Yeah, that's a pretty shade. Oh, yes, guys, yes. But then again, guys, I did use my P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 0.5, which is almost as close as you're going to get to white. So I would say if you want this yellow to pop on your lid like it does in the pan, you will most definitely benefit from using a whiter base. Okay, guys, now that the shades are laid, your girl Lily here's about to get her blend on. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh, guys. We've got a little patch alert. But that's all right. We're gonna fix it. Okay, guys, that was just a little more blending than I would have liked to have done, but it all worked out. Now the part that everybody came here for, the lid. Okay, guys, I just went on ahead and did my halos off camera because you've seen me do it a million times before. And yes, I'm well aware that my halos are far from perfect. But then again, guys, so is this palette. Okay, guys, first going in with this shade Shotgun here. I'm going to work that on the inner and outer part of my halo. And I'm just using my Sephora smudge brush to get that done. Okay, guys. That's a nice green shade. But it almost looks like more of a yellow than it does a green. Okay, guys, I went on ahead and switched to a more fluffy brush because the other brush I was using, it wasn't really working out. But this seems to be working out a little better. Guys, I know I'm being quiet, but that's mostly because I'm speechless. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Guys, I'm not happy with this look. I am not happy with this look. But that's okay. We gonna fix it. Guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this shimmer shatter. And I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Guys, this shade is underwhelming too. Guys, you have no idea how much I want to give up on this palette. But I'm a soldier. I'm going to fight this to the end. Guys, you have no idea how long it took for me to build this shimmer up. So I'm just going to go ahead, do the same thing to the other eye off camera. Then we'll be back to finish up these eyes, though. We're going to just go. I'm pissed as hell, but we're going to go and fix it to the best of my ability. That's what I'm going to do. I'm telling you now. I'm so mad about this. This is pissing me all the way off. Like, I'm pissed right now. I don't know how else to describe what I feel. I'm so mad right now I can scream. This sucks. It ain't even funny and I'm laughing. I'm so mad about this. Y'all don't understand. I am so mad about this. I ain't been this pissed in I don't know how long about an outlook, okay? I mean, my luck was bound to run out though, I mean, literally. Okay, the luck was bound to run out. We just want to save it somewhat, okay? Just a little bit, okay? We want to try and bring it back to life, sort of, kind, okay? Can we do that? Can we try? Can we at least give it a whole college heave-ho try, okay? Okay, I wasted my money. And this palette could have stayed where it was at. That's how I feel about this right now. I feel just like that. Like this palette should stay right where it's at. On the Melt website, okay? Could have stayed right there on the Melt website. It really could have. Yeah, this it. This what we doing today. I'm not happy. So we're going to clean my face off. I'm going to do a ginormous wing because I'm not. I refuse to go out like a second. This wing going to be so massive. This wing going to be bigger than any wing I've ever done in my life. I'm pissed right now. Y'all don't understand. I'm pissed. Okay, everybody. I went on ahead, popped on my lashes, did the rest of my complexion off camera. Everything I use will be listed down in the description box. But let's finish up these eyes, though. But first things first, guys. I'm going to put some powder under my eye to catch this fallout. First, going in with Chronic. I'm going to put that underneath my lower lash line. And I'm being very careful, guys, because this shade definitely has quite a bit of fallout. And then I'm going to blend that shade out with Faded. And then I'm going to blend underneath that with Wax. And lastly, guys, for no other reason than your girl Lily's a glutton for punishment, I'm going in with this shade Shatter here. And I'm going to pop it in my inner corner. Okay, guys, I'm about to go ahead and do some final finishing touches on my makeup here. I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, everybody, now that the demo is done, here are my final thoughts on the 420 palette. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying the 420 is the worst palette I've ever used. But it's most definitely not the best palette I've ever used. First, let's talk about the high points of the palette. Because believe it or not, guys, there are most definitely some high points to this palette. As far as the packaging, guys, the packaging is absolutely stunning. And can we please take a minute to give it up for the color story of this palette? The color story of this palette is so aesthetically pleasing. And now we are going in. So first, let's talk about the mattes. One thing I absolutely cannot deny, guys, at least with the mattes I used, that the mattes in this palette are definitely highly pigmented. And while it did take some time for me to get there, I did eventually achieve the blend game that I wanted. That said though, guys, this is a $58 10 shade palette. And for $58, it shouldn't have been so hard and shouldn't have taken me that long. And out of every single Melt Cosmetics palette I own, which would be all of them, this palette has the most kick up and fallout of them all. Now don't get me wrong, guys. I have absolutely no problem with kick up or fallout if the shades are going to give me superior performance. And as far as this shade Chronic here, which is the darkest green matte in the palette, I mean, you saw it. You saw how the shade performed. Your girl Lily here had to do patchwork. And at the end of the day, guys, for $58, you can't be patchy and powdery. Pick a struggle. And as for this shade Shatter here, which is the only shimmer in the palette, do you see that valley inside the pan? That's from me digging in it with my brush desperately, trying to find some pigment. And even when swatching this shade with my finger, Shatter comes across more as a topper shade than a shimmer. And while I most definitely can't speak for every single shade in the palette, because this is just the first impression, just based on the 5 shades that I use today, guys, I'm not impressed. Now, if you're drawn to certain shades in the color story of this palette, which is quite understandable, guys, because this really is a beautiful color story. If you have other melt palettes in your collection, you may already have these shades. Now, while some of us may think that the Gemini palette is actually the closest palette to the 420, when looking at the palettes one beside the other, there are really no dupes in these palettes. While one would think this shade Polka Dot would be identical to Blunt, this is Polka Dot from the Gemini, this is Blunt from the 420, and this one is actually Full Melt from the 420. While they do have similarities, there's really no identical shades here. And looking at the smoke sessions next to the 420, there are really no similarities at all. I mean, while Sour Diesel might be close to Chronic or Roll It, they are not identical shades. This is Sour Diesel from Smoke Sessions, this is Roll It, and this is Chronic from the 420. So again, guys, there are no dupes here. Okay, guys, and now is when the similarities are about to start rolling in. When comparing the Rust to the 420, there are definitely some similarities in the browns in both palettes. This is Roll It from the 420, and this is Rod Square from the Rust. While this is a little more brown in tone, you put these both on your lid, you can hardly tell a difference. This is Rubbish from the Rust, and this is Blunt from 420. While Blunt does pull a little bit more orange, if you build this shade up and you apply them to your lid, you can hardly tell a difference. And lastly, guys, when looking at the Vida next to the 420, there are most definitely some similarities. This is Shotgun from the 420, and this is Amor Eterno from the Vida. As you can see, guys, these two shades are eerily alike. This is Chocolate from the Vida, and this is Roll It from 420. I mean, do I even have to say it? Both shades look eerily alike. This is Aqua Ardiente from the Vida, and this is Dank from the 420. I mean, besides the fact that my swatches are terrible, I mean, both shades look eerily similar. This is Papel Picado from the Vida, and this is Faded from the 420. Besides the fact that there's just a slightest bit more olive and faded, if you apply both of these to your crease, you can hardly tell a difference. So in short, guys, if you by chance happen to own the Vida, along with warm and cool tone browns in your collection, then I believe you can totally skip out on the 420. And if you happen to own all the other melt palettes I showed you today, you could totally skip out on the 420. But unfortunately, guys, out of all melt palettes that I own in my collection, the 420 is definitely my least favorite. So there you have it, guys. Up close and personal, honest and unfiltered. The 420 palette runs for $58. You can get it on Melt Cosmetics website or at Sephora.com. So I really want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today while I did a first impression of the Melt Cosmetics 420 palette. Yeah, I always love connecting with you guys, my peeps. Every chance I get. Every chance I get. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It only gets greater later, guys. It only gets greater later. So until next time, guys, stay real, stay positive, stay up, and damn it, you better watch, fight, and pray.